Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. I'm Vitskugga and tonight we'll be playing some Dungeons & Dragons as we continue Calamity of Astralia, session 18. Hope you guys are having a good evening so far and that you'll enjoy the session of tonight. Okay, I'll take on the hat then. Fine. There we go. Hat is on. I aim to please. In the heat, yes. Good job on making me getting a heat stroke. I'm gonna die tonight. But yeah. I don't think I have anything else to add at the moment, so... No. If I pass out and you level up to 20, I will throw 20 Cthulhus at you and see what happens. Yeah. And I will rehydrate with some coffee, which is very non-rehydrating. Thank you. But yeah, we shall continue tonight's session. Remember that you can spend your channel points to affect the outcome of the game, giving people nat 1s, nat 20s, advantage, disadvantage, healing potions, or resurrect someone who died this session and this session only. Or even make a random wild magic search on the next spell cast. Which is fun. Crazy shit happens. Including turning someone into a sheep, or a cactus, no, potted plant. And fireball on yourself. Always fun. Really fun. But with that said, I think we're just gonna get into the game. And remember that the music that you are hearing and will be hearing is my Kevin MacLeod from the free pack in Roll20. And the intro and outro music is... I forgot the name, but it should say on the intro and outro screen. So, check that out next time you look at the intro and outro screen. And yes, we blame Cassie for wild magic. Yes, always. But with that, we're gonna get into the game and say hi to the players, and let's get started. So, skabloosh.
Awesome. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes.
You're responsible for all 7 studios they have.
I agree. Also, hello.
Hi.
How you guys doing? That took a long way for things to load, but there we go at least.
And he's a furry.
Yes, apparently, our jolly good Null wants me to have a heat stroke, so he gives me a hat that is super warm and makes me drink coffee. Good combination.
I didn't know we had coffee.
If I fire with fire.
Well, now you do.
Yeah.
So let's get hot in here and make a recap of last session from one of the random players. And if they do it properly, they get a random hero point. This is random, so feel free to randomly input your recap right now.
We talked to a half-deaf dwarf halfling creature and someone else.
We talked to a dwoblin.
Yeah, that's it.
It was not a dwobbling.
Yeah, someone else will have to take this one.
I can try. So the party split up after we went outside the dining hall. Riley, Cassie went after Nessa, who we seem to believe went up to her room to change into her armor, where she was more comfortable in that. While that they were going there and finding her. The other three, Mulber, Belligor, and Noll, went to the library.
Yes.
And they entered it, found a reception desk with a reception under it. Literally, I think, was a small, cute goblin. And we asked where the professor were. She pointed at him, and when Belligor found out she was a goblin, he almost drew an axe and wanted to attack her. Need to find out more about that later. And we needed to keep him in check because there were multiple goblin students in the school, just in case he met anyone else. And she threatened to, was it blow him up or anything? Did anything.
Yeah, she didn't want to clean up the mess.
Yeah. The trio went, found the professor, who was a mix between a dwarf and a... What was it? Knoll? No, not Knoll.
Gnome.
Gnome.
Oh.
Yes, gnome. Yeah. And Mulberf had a funny name for him, and he said, nope, that's wrong. I'm the other way around. And Belligor just dunk, straight up. Here is an armor. What can you tell me about? It was from a lost dwarven clan that usually hunted dragons. They might or might not still be around. Haven't been seen, at least for a long time, in this area. Noel asked about sun dragons, solar dragons, and got some information about that they were godly and the Amaterasu Empire was built for them, around them. And when they were trying to talk to Face, I believe his name was, I also had trouble hearing them, so Malber, using Therma, his loudspeak, shouted very much in the library until Face got torn. He thought he was using, but was around his waist. He started explaining that his family were archaeologists, had worked. Barnolba, yeah. What do you mean? You say yes. But I went, oh no, I meant that, and he was a little pissed off. Mulber was investigating him, and they started to talk about smoking stuff. So he pulled out something that was illegal. Mulber got the piece, and Noel wanted to confiscate it. Tried what threatened, and remembered the school or college is not under kingdom laws. So, I believe after a while there, the other trio arrived back with Nessa, who had changed from her kimono into her armor. I don't think they did too much. Rickon, while they were changing, Nessa was changing, and Cassie was in, he was talking to a painting, trying to find out about his mother. She went to the school, about if there was a painting with her in the school. He got some clues, and when they went to the library, then he found a painting with her, and they had a lovely conversation. And he found out about his, mother's side's family was named Scarlet. So he decided to change to that name. And they are from the Ras Al Ghul Empire, a noble family there. And it seemed they have a painting there and a painting in the castle. So his mother can jump around the painting and spy a little bit. They said goodbyes And Nessa was watching this and went to talk a little bit about Rickon. And Malber found a priest or other cleric in the library, also on the other side where Fizz was. And we ended with, "Is that you, Malber?" The other cleric said. I believe that was the whole of it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So you can add a point of... Oh, a hero point.
Thank you.
But yeah, that about sums it up. And with that, we're gonna continue tonight's session of Calamity of Astralia. So, at the end of last session, Marber, you heard this voice, or technically everyone around heard the voice, but in particularly you, as your name was called out, saying, "Marber, is that you?" And you are met with Asak Miriel, which is Dragonborn that is basically the teacher of divine magic, also a former cleric, and you do recognize him because he looks very familiar to one of your teachers when you were studying to become a cleric. And he's actually older than you. Quite old. Seemingly having lived way beyond his normal lifespan. As you recall that when you started starting to become a cleric, he was already in his late 50s. So he's stretching about, I don't know, how old is Marber right now?
57.
Yeah, so he's a bit old. And he walks up to you and says, "I don't believe my eyes. Why are you here, Marber? This place of all places."
Well, it's a funny story, actually. It starts off in a little town, the northeast, south, one of the directions. And while we were there, we got scouted because of our unique talents. And the boys and the girls over there, they're part of my party. And well, I very much thought it was time for another adventure. As you know, it's been quite some. It's been a few decades, and so we came here.
Well, I'm happy to see you. Although I'm surprised you left Draconia. That was surprising. But
well,
nonetheless.
I'd read all the books by then. I needed more interesting study. I heard of a couple of temples that had books that we'd never heard of before, and I packed up my things and off I went.
I never took you for the traveling type, but everyone evolves.
Better Greenleaf.
Ah, yes, you're still on that shit, aren't you? Well, if you want some more exotic things, I guess Fizz is the one to talk to. Although it looks like you've been talking to him already.
He he gave us a rather red and black, and I get it out as look, it's rather.
I wouldn't wave it around.
Why do I trust you? I mean, we go way back, and you don't look a day over 62, which is when I last saw you. How are you doing that?
Well, you see, I sort of had a strange encounter with a fae at one point. And, well, let's just say I had a strange journey into the Feywild, and it kind of ruined my aging, in a way. So I guess it was delayed, at least for a while. I think. I've still not comprehended the fathoms of the magic that I have been affected by. Unholy magic, that fey magic. But nonetheless, here I am, and now teaching divine magic to sorcerers and wizards and warlocks and I guess occasional druids, but very rare. Yeah, that's about it. I'm teaching holy magic for arcane snobs. People who don't believe in gods. People who just use their magic to corrupt the weave and destroy the world. But at least, with my teachings, maybe they'll turn to the good side, and maybe they will misuse or abuse their powers for evil, and maybe they'll actually convert to follow Mystra or something, and become proper clerics. Proper people. Like you and me. Although you're questionable, since you're delving into Greenleaf, which is sinful in itself, but
it depends on the god you follow. My deity, she's rather all for the organic life, if you get what I. She's rather green-thumbed. She often pushes the the good stuff in all the books, reading all the religious texts as we do.
yes.
She's quite willing to forgive a few sins that others look upon and frown. Maybe you should convert to her religion. She's rather peaceful and willing.
How about no?
You always thought your god was better.
Of course I did. I wouldn't betray gods willy-nilly like that.
Didn't say you had to betray gods. I said just betray that one and come to mine.
No. Certainly not. Don't switch gods unless you have a very good reason for it. And that is not a good reason. If you switch gods, it's because your god failed you, or you failed God and they fucked you over.
So far mine hasn't.
Neither have mine. Ha ha ha.
Just like old times, debating which god is more intuitive and more, in people's faces.
Well, it's their job to be in our faces when we don't see them. So make sure we're reminded that they can just smite us on the spot should they feel like we are transgressing against their wishes.
Seems you have rather a vengeful god there. One that might upset someone.
No, of course not. My god is benevolent and peaceful and proud and orderly. I mean, your god is not too bad either, but she's not my kind of god. She's more focused on healing others, taking care of these poor fools going around here in school and trying to learn magic, while mine is more about amassing knowledge, preserve knowledge, and conserve knowledge, and keep the knowledge within our knowledge from others' knowledge.
Yes, dear boy, you muttered and sound there. Come on, chime in. We're all very godly here. Please tell us what one you listen to.
Who? What?
Yes,
Is he talking
yes,
to?
yes.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes,
What?
speak up, child.
Oh, me! Rico's just like glaring at them back. What the fuck is going on? It's like, well, it's just this, what god do I follow?
I don't know.
Yes, it's obviously one of the good ones, right? Hint.
Don't tell me you're one of those atheists. I fucking hate those atheists. They can burn in hell as far as I know.
No, of course not. I guess I'm a fan of Asmodeus, the Raven Queen, she's cool.
Barbara's gonna go whiter than the white he normally is. Like,
Yeah, he's staring at you as well.
we would never, ever. You, how very dare you utter.
Is this the pack you're traveling with? Asmodeus followers? The Raven Queen?
For much longer.
I do believe our dear lordling is joking.
Joking? You should not be joking about following Asmodeus. Who knows, he might just pull you straight in and drag you to hell and tell you, you're mine now. So I suggest you take it back. And don't joke about the Raven Queen either, that's a bitch. She's not pure evil, but she's still a bitch.
What main religion does does Adolf follow? Or my family would follow? Was I ever dragged to church?
It's many different gods that are followed in Adelstoff. You know that some follow Bahamut. Some do follow the Raven Queen.
What about
That's
my
a small
family?
temple to my
Is-
god.
What did my family follow? What was their main religion that they followed?
They were praying to different gods, depending on what they needed help with at the moment, or things like that. They weren't pious people, if you will. They weren't overly religious, although Bahamut was often prayed to, especially before seeking out monsters, as he's the god of justice and law, making sure it is kept. Sometimes they pray to Helm. There's also Palor, although not commonly in the order, because since several of you are lycanthropes, the sun aren't maybe the best friend. But your family occasionally prays to him. Saloon, Serenray. Serenray is quite popular. He's a goddess of redemption and healing, atonement.
What's that?
Serenray, the Everlight.
Serenray. Okay. So I'll kind of nod and I'll just go, well, we quite a lawful family. We mostly pray to Bahamut and sometimes Seraphim.
Seraphim?
Was it Seraphim? Did you say?
Serenray.
Serenray.
Yes.
Pronunciated, man.
Serenray.
Serenray. Serenray.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, those are good gods. I guess they are decent at least. Now.
Often we pray to Saloon and ask her to stay away. And I'll snicker at my own joke. Because none of the others will understand it.
Well, Saloon is a very special god. But she's good. As long as it's a good god, I will not complain too much. I'd raise my voice more if it was neutral or evil gods.
Of course.
But weren't we all taught that there's no such thing as an evil god, for all gods have their purpose? That was one of our teachings at Draconia.
So you're saying Asmodeus, ruler of the nine hells, is not evil? Or Shar, she's not evil?
I went by my teachings. They weren't in. They had jobs to do.
So you're saying Tiamat, the tyrant who ruled over all dragonborns before we came into this world to begin with, is not evil at all?
He wasn't rather polite, but
Polite?
he had a job.
Tiamat does not have a job. Tiamat is just there to bring suffering and pain and trying to conquer the world whenever she gets a chance to do it.
But don't all gods through worship eventually try to encapsulate all of the world?
No.
Says you. Do we
Says
not try
I.
I
and-
think most gods. I think you're right, Marble. I think most gods try to encapsulate the world with their teachings. I think they're as flawed as people are.
There are some gods that are like that, yes. Not all gods are looking for full dominion. Many gods are perfectly fine with the situation they're in. Gladly working together with other gods.
Pardon the interruptions, but I do find it rather interesting that you would favor neutral gods in a sanctum te eon. And Cass is
Ayun.
gonna raise his hands to like, this is a library.
Ayun. Neutral as she is, glorious as she is, she's not evil, anyway. I respect Ayun highly, for she is the knowing mistress. Weren't it for her being neutral with her knowledge, having the knowledge shared between all people, I would probably be worshipping her. But you see, not all people deserve knowledge.
Very true.
That's where you and I differ, I suppose.
Let's say
Knowledge
there's
should be
knowledge
free.
to cure all diseases. But it's only an evil person who gets to know it because he has the right questions. And he uses it to manipulate the world and take over and control. Would you say that's still a valid person to give such knowledge to?
Because that knowledge is still free for others to seek.
Unless it's stolen and removed.
Then it's free for others to find and take back.
You have a
Necessary-
point.
At this, can I just say, at this point, Nessa kind of nudge Rickon a bit and just kind of lean in and just go, my head hurts. What's going on?
Talking religion.
Dear boy, Cass, this is the very conversations that we have in temples over in Dracar. These are constant battles with each other. They will take days of back and forth to come to the same decision we've always come to, which is to let bygones be bygones and go back our business till the next summons.
Don't remind me of the politics and bureaucracy of Draconia. Every day it's another conversation, another discussion. Whose god should we banish today? Oh wait, that god kinda weren't that bad, so we're taking them back. Or what kind of politics are we gonna do? Are we gonna do more sharing for everyone, or should we be more leaning towards those who are owning businesses and such? A bit more left and a bit more right, and then somewhere in the middle, and somewhere everywhere, and then somewhere in nowhere. And then 3 hours later, they still haven't decided on what the meeting was purpose for in the beginning.
Would I don't think I've ever had a political discussion that led anywhere other than, riling up my opponent and watching them flounder. But I did grow up with a teacher as a father.
Well, at least you have studious father to teach you ways of the world, although he seems to have failed in many points, but everyone can be redeemed. I'm sure you'll find your way eventually.
I would also like to clarify that while my father did most of my teaching, let's say Titania had a bit of a part to play in my childhood.
Well, if that's the case, you're as twisted in all the other Fae as well. Which explains why. Which explains why you were never in my class, because if you were in my class, you would not be any of the sorts at all.
I'm just gonna nudge Nessa and be like, Let's go find the head teacher.
Please, I just need to leave here.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna
I'll
start
kind of
to
like
walk out.
sheepishly follow. Keep sheepishly follow Rickon.
Just to give you an image of how Draconia politics work. Basically, ancient Greek. People sitting in a room, debating, philosophizing, if that's a word.
Debating philosophy?
Something like that, yes.
Politics, religion, what can and can't be done on that day.
Yeah, what kind of toilets we're gonna build for the next 3 years. Things like
Sounds
that.
like sounds like the World's Food Association. You can eat bacon. No, bacon's bad for you. You can eat bacon again.
Yes, basically.
Yes.
Belagor's going to look at the Dragonborn priest and say, "Why did you ask Stoffel what he thinks?"
Why would I ask a badger?
I don't know, he might have some information. Or maybe you could learn something from him that he doesn't simply care.
It's an animal. It doesn't care.
And this was what was always your problem. You weren't willing to open your mind to other situations or possibilities that something might give you an answer you weren't ready for.
Well, to answer your question, I'm pretty sure I know the answer of what this badger believes in, because all animals surely must follow Mieliki, the leader of the forest. Most likely, she is the one watching over the animals.
You just know if you ask Stoffel, who does he follow, it'd be like,
No,
dwarf.
Whoever feeds me.
Yeah.
Whoever's got the biggest food.
Stoffel follows me. Wherever I go,
Belagar.
he goes.
Belagar, I think I just had a brilliant idea based on your suggestion.
Aye.
How about we invite the professor to ask Ajira who she follows?
Good plan.
I'm not interested in asking what people follow. I'm interested in teaching people to follow the right principles and the right gods.
Oh, then you would have a splendid time talking to Ajira.
Who is this Ajira you're talking about?
Our newest companion. We found her on the way here. She's in my
Found
bedroom.
her on the streets in a bucket of water.
No, by a bridge. She had been forced to live with trolls.
And
that
she's
sounds
in need of some proper discipline.
Kind of awful. But I do have a duty to teach lost souls. But I am kind of busy.
But my old friend, it would be rather interesting to see you succeed at training this one's mind into the world of religion. I suggest you give your best a chance.
And don't give in no matter what she says.
Although I must warn you, she has a rather fiery temper.
Then I can't be bothered. I'm tired of discussing politics and religion for today.
Quitter. My apologies, Professor.
Your apologies are expected. Thank you.
I do believe that we have a headmaster to hunt down and see what he wanted with his summons.
Yes. Good luck.
So we're headhunters now.
Well, we are racking up quite a list of heads that we're supposed to make roll.
Well, let's head over to him and talk to him.
don't you go on ahead?
Belligar starts walking away with Stoppel in tow. Hey, see Stoppel, I told you this place is a loony bin. I mean, can you imagine talking to someone who doesn't answer you?
Stoffel looks at you.
Hey, that's right.
So, what are you guys doing? Nesta and Rickon, you were moving away from the conversation?
We went to go find the head. So I'm assuming I'm following Rickon because I'm assuming he knows where he's going. Because I'm completely lost in religion, completely lost in this building, out of place. I'm literally kind of at the point now where if I don't get some sort of reasoning, my head might explode.
Makes sense. Rickon, you do not know where to go at all.
As soon as I get out of the library, I just look around for that creepy ass groundskeeper or whatever the fuck he is. Battlemaster, whatever.
You don't see him at the moment. Are you others coming out as well afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what are you doing?
Before I'm following everybody, but before we leave, Vasak, I'm gonna be the last one left, and I'm just gonna shake his hand and I'm Noel, wink, and leave.
He kind of just stares. And then gets wide eyes. He just looks at you.
I don't get it.
Nope.
Neither did I.
Please
That's
leave the
inside
premises as soon as you can. And he turns around and walks away.
I'm catching up with everybody else. It was interesting.
I could have killed to see him try to debate religion with Ajira. Oh, that was so excellent.
My dear boy, if you were to want to watch people debate about everything and anything, Draconia is the content view. I mean, we had towers built with amphitheaters at the top just to talk about what road we were building next.
Oh, that's not my point. My point was to watch that old goat debate Ajira.
I believe we could still make it happen. I would put money on it. A man like him trying to debate religion. God, he was so. Oh, he boils my potatoes.
You mean your teacup?
Oh, that's a better way, actually. I like that one. I might steal that one.
Boils your teapot. Yeah. Right, the headmaster. Cassie, where is he?
At that moment, you see another familiar face who's going directly towards you. Which is Valerie Mermelier. And she walks at you, quick step. Says, Cassie? Hello. How you doing?
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm brilliant.
Tandem.
Thank you. Well, I was told by Vargasol to get you at your soonest inconvenience. Or is it convenience?
Whole trip has been an inconvenience.
Hmm.
Well, inconveniences can sometimes lead to conveniences. So hopefully you got something good out of your inconvenience. But he is ready to see you now. And your friends are, of course, allowed to join.
The reason we came, so certainly not to listen to two old dragonborns discuss religion. Let's go.
Oh,
Hey, don't talk to one word like
yes.
that.
I would recommend not to talk to that person unless you are indeed studying such areas of expertise.
We were so close to we were so close to convincing him to debate religion with a displacer beast.
But I don't think he's gonna
Displacer beast?
approach us anymore.
Oh, yes, we found one on the way here. She is in my bedroom. I would warn other students to opening that door, because I don't think we locked it.
Anything else you
around the
want to
halls
tell
hunting
me
children now,
before we get into an office and such? Anyone else I should warn about?
Cass is gonna look around, see if Oscar's there.
Oscar's
I believe
not.
Oscar is in the room with IGL.
Yeah, Oscar's right next to me, just
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
Oh, right, you took him with you. Yeah.
slobbering.
No, I don't think so.
Nope.
you need a symbol in case you have
Well,
Oscar. I
that's
forget
alright.
all the time.
Trying to lick up a piece of saliva, and it's just bouncing up and down.
I would warn
Maybe just-
I would warn other students to not open my room door unannounced.
I mean,
No one's gonna go in
Yes.
there anyway, so it's probably fine. I'm more worried if she's gonna leave the room and start wandering the halls.
oh, she
Huh?
did do that.
She might actually, so we should probably hurry this along. If you would please show the way, Professor, unless you have somewhere else, something more important to do.
No, not really. So come this way. And she leads you towards the big stairway. And you have never really been in his office before. People very rarely get to go into his office. If it is, there's usually a very specific reason for it, which you don't really know what. However,
You're being
she leads you towards the stairs, and there's like this large pillar in the middle of the room where the stairs are connected and everything. And she basically goes towards the pillar and flicks a wand, and she whispers some sort of incantation, and you see this door frame come out of the wall, with yet another gargoyle on the door.
Alright.
What's the password? Lily Rose Petal Tea. That is correct. You may enter. And she enters, and I assume you all follow. And you come into this circular room, which is very blue, and there's nothing else in the room. Just blue walls and blue floor, with some arcane runes. And as you are stepping in, you are noticing that these arcane runes are starting to spark slightly. And you can see like a number wheel, if you will. And for each person that goes inside, the sparks mark another number. And then after a while, it starts to count down. And when it reaches 0, you all feel like something is pulling you from your navel and like just ripping you up into the air, and you are sucked away and teleported, and you suddenly appear in an office.
I'm like just going, oh no, like that with my nose, and then Oscar just starts sneezing and drool just starts flying everywhere. He's just like for like a good solid minute he's sneezing. And most of us are just covered in dog saliva now.
You see this old man who just waves his hand gently and basically calls prestidigitation and cleans you all as you enter the room. And what you see is Mr. Vergasol Hepburn, an ancient-looking elf. He looks definitely to be around 1,000 years old. There's no way he could be anything else. He looks old. And you can see he is having a staff with a floating crescent moon that is shadowing another moon behind it. And he has a small raven on his shoulder. Seems to be observing you. But you notice that it has 3 eyes on each side.
Let's see.
Cass is going to give Rickon a dead stare. The same kind of stare that he gave Rickon when Rickon made blood spurt everywhere. And just blink.
Someone has a drooly guest, I see. Welcome. How are you guys doing? Hope you had a nice journey through the forest. I heard it was very exciting.
Bellygo's going to point at the raven and look at Rickon and say, "Hey Ricky, this one of yours?"
I glare at him.
No, this is my own familiar, if you will. This is Oxford, my raven.
Are you familiar with him?
No, I do not know every bird, surprisingly.
That would be surprising, yes. They usually have very unique personalities, and they travel around the whole world, so it would be very surprising if you knew every bird. Especially ravens. They don't really tend to go into public too much.
Especially 6-eyed ravens.
That is also true. Now, first of all, I want to, of course, apologize. I know I put you in a slightly dangerous journey to get here. But
Slightly.
I kinda had to. And you might think it's bullshit, and if I were you, I would probably think the same. However, the thing is, I have a task for you that require you to have certain qualities and strengths. And this was simply to make sure that you had found a group as such. See it as a trial.
Could you see Cass just... With all due respect, Headmaster.
Yes.
How did you expect this task to be carried out if those werewolves had killed us?
Well, that's the thing. They killed you. You were simply not good enough for the task I had for you.
You could have told us. Then we might have been just a tiny little bit more prepared than walking around in the mists, by the way, making a liar out of me.
Well,
I don't lie, Headmaster, and you made me lie to my new acquaintances.
Lie
you did
about
not. You did not lie, I believe.
No, I told them this would be easy because we were expected and welcomed.
Well, that was not a lie. That was exactly what you believed. And that was what you were supposed to believe. You see, if I had told you, you would have been prepared. You would been preparing for the journey in such a way where nothing could surprise you. And the task I have for you is full of surprises, which means it is filled with danger. And if you can't handle danger, that also surprises you and is also testing you in different ways than just your physical metal and brute strength, or your high intelligence or charismatic professionalism. There is not a way for you to succeed on this task.
So what's the
And
job?
thank you for allowing me to take off my hat. It's a bit warm, yes.
I feel that the Sphinx could have been tricky enough. 11 werewolves.
Well, you all got here and you all survived.
Don't know how. Not our doing.
Well, you see, I was told by a certain friend of mine that you were all doing quite well. Although there was a bit risky at the end there, but I was informed exactly how it went. And my friend told me that you were definitely ready for the task. But she also told me she sadly had to remove your memories of her appearance. As if you didn't knew. Well, let's just say not a lot of people know. And if they knew, people would start to look for it. And that would be not so good.
Right.
That's more confusing than map. Oh,
Right. Task. Like my friend Belagar here said, what's the task?
Well, you should all take a seat first, I think. And he waves with his wand and flicks it a few times before he puts it inside his arm, like this wide trumpet arm kind of robe. Sleeve, that's the one. And you see a chair appearing by his desk, one for each of you, in the proper size, and also one dog bed for the dog. and then you hear this squeaky voice. Excuse me, master. I brought the tea that you asked for. Do you need anything in particular? I have several teas.
Why did you have to mention tea?
Those tea is delicious.
Now this is a dignified man. I'll take the whole pot of every single tea you have.
No, my God.
Well, I see you like real leaf quite a lot. And I see you also got some of that special leaves. And there is a tea that is very, 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 very good. That is based on those teas. Or those leaves. So this is those leaves, teas. Teas. Leaves. Yes. Do you want that tea?
Who's saying this?
You see this tiny, kind of looks like a goblin, but not quite. Kind of looks like a gnome, but not quite. Kind of looks like a halfling, but not quite.
You added house elves to this fucking universe.
Well, Gaseous did, so.
It's so big.
I had to. Sorry, I needed something like this just to like make it a bit easier.
Well, I'll pour up some tea for you all. We have some dwarven specialties. And,
I got to look at the creature and say, what the bloody hell are you supposed to be?
I'm, what do you call a house elf?
Right.
I'm an elf in a house. But not one of those elves, like those tall and beautiful elves. I'm one of these small special elves that just appear out of nowhere and are magical and we serve people.
You kind of look like a goblin to me.
That would be an insult, I think. But it's okay, I forgive you. Have a nice day. And puts down cups of teas and pours them for you all. And it's pretty nice tea. And then he bows and just snap his fingers and then poofs into thin air. Well, with that, dealt with, and you now have teas and chairs. Now for the task. I have been getting disturbing news in regards to this plague, and I'm pretty sure you have been investigating it, as far as I know, as I've been reported to by Darius, among other things. And it is worrisome. It is worrisome. Falstats is worrisome. Very worrisome. But this sadly has been spreading quite fast. And it had an outbreak actually in Silesia. Not long ago, like yesterday. Yes, yesterday. Or was it 2 days ago? I think it was yesterday. Well, they managed to deal with it, of course, but we don't know if anyone is infected or if it's spreading even further. And I've heard similar rumors in regards to Amaterasu. And also the Raksu Empire. And the Northern Nation as well. And even in Draconia, we have had a slight outbreak.
Marber's gonna look up from his cup of tea that he's got his snout in at the moment and be like,
Yes, even Draconia. This is, of course, worrisome. Very worrisome. And the Black Rose, as I've been curious about, seeing as they might be involved in this. Well, they have been appearing a little bit here and there. A little hither and thither, if you will. And, well, I think they're looking for something at the moment. A wee bit of a relic, or artifact, if you will. And we would, of course, like to prevent them from getting it. But to prevent them from getting it, we would need to get it ourselves. And we don't really want the relic because it's very dangerous and, well, we will need to put it in safekeeping. Probably in a better place than the Archfey heart that you so gladly touched with your twitchy little fingers.
Is he talking about the necklace?
So,
No, I'm not talking about a necklace. You see, this artifact that I'm talking about, we're not exactly sure what it is. But we know that there is some sort of an artifact, a relic of sorts, that exists in a hidden temple somewhere in Sudicia. It could be in the jungles as well. We're not entirely sure where the exact location is. I have put some scholars to look into it a bit more in detail. But we need people to, of course, explore the area and try to find this thing. Now, it's not necessarily a rush, but we're on a tight timeline, as we know that they are looking for it. We've seen agents of the Black Rose appearing in Sudicia, as well in other regions, of course, and we believe that they are looking for more than just one artifact, but at the moment we only know about the one in Sudicia. It is rumored to be able to, how to put it, curse entire bodies of water with disease. Now, a normal disease could still be cured. But let's say you by any chance come across plaguing disease such as the ones causing undead to rise. Let's say you put that disease in water supplies in a city or a village or a town or a country or an empire or a nation or a world. Why not just the entire ocean? Imagine the entire ocean just crawling up onto land, undead, and trying to eat everything. That would be quite worrisome, wouldn't it?
would be, yes.
Glad you agree. So, your task is to find this temple or ruin, delve into its dungeons, and find your way to this artifact. And preferably before the others do. Because if the others do before you, we're pretty screwed. However, we do know that they are in other countries as well. So, if you feel like you want to make a detour, there is, of course, other places you can go and look for possible things the Black Rose could be seeking for. But at the moment, we only know the one in Silesia. I do have some contacts in each nation, though. So if you're feeling you want to take a risk and make a detour, then I can point you to some people.
As far as I know, please correct me if I'm wrong, Cast, you're gonna look at the others. The only clue we have so far is the necklace we found. We know that is connected to a particular queen who has ties to the Black Rose. We also
I think
know...
I've heard of such a necklace, yes.
Yes, we... This is me looking up the damn name because I can't remember it. Professor Osmore talked to us about the necklace we found.
Oh, so you have it?
Yes.
That is good. Yes, Osmore has a bit of a troubled past. Some bad connections with the Black Rose, yes.
Now, again, I am but a student compared to you, Headmaster, but perhaps that connection can be leveraged in some kind of way.
We have been discussing it, but there is a risk with that, and that is, should he get mixed with those circles again? I mean, I know he doesn't want to, but Black Rose are manipulators in the very deepest core. They lie, deceive, they manipulate, they force people to do their bidding. They do mind controlling spells and other things. I bet that's your expertise, actually. So maybe you're actually the best fitted one for this, since you have expertise in such abilities. I know your teacher's spoken highly of you in your grades and graduation, even on some occasions considered to be surpassing her.
She honors me.
And she honors you even more because she believes you will be probably one of the greatest. And that is quite a big compliment, especially from an enchantress such as herself. She believes you're a natural.
I'm not entirely sure if I should feel flattered or offended that I'm called a natural deceiver.
Well, you don't have to be a deceiver, but making people bend to your will, be it by
That is true.
silver tongue or a flick of a finger, that is up to you, really.
That is true. We were talking about the necklace, however. What I was thinking was not to get Professor Osmore to involve himself in the groups because of the danger involved. I was more thinking if, like, all the information he could provide about the Black Rose. Now, granted, it's probably a few years since he was involved, and if they're smart at all, they would change their tactics. I know I would.
Only has been shared. He's been sharing most of it. I'm sure he'll gladly aid you in any other information in regards to them. You can always refer to him if you have any questions, like regarding the Black Rose. He's probably our best source, unless you find someone else that are directly involved right now, of course. But at the moment, we don't really have a lot more information, so I would suggest that you try to do this task as soon as possible. There's a lot of incentives, if you will. And
Yes.
he lifts up a small chest, put it on the desk, and he turns it around and shoves it forward towards you. This is down payment. You will get 5 times the amount when you're finished.
You going to break the economy again? What are you giving us?
The economy.
He's giving us the economy. Ah, okay. That's
Yeah,
gonna go well.
you are now the economy. But are you looking into the chest?
Yeah. At least that will. I'll open the chest.
Yep.
Yeah.
One hand.
Yep.
Just.
Make a dexterity saving throw. Just kidding.
Asshole.
Fucking mimic!
No, that would be the raven.
Yeah, exactly. No, but you open the chest and you see a thick layer of gold pieces. You can see an occasional platinum piece in the midst, and some copper and silver as well. On top of it, you see 3 bags, or pouches, if you will. One of them contains different kinds of gems. You'd gather they're probably worth around 50 gold pieces. And the other one has 3 healing potions, seemingly being shrunken. They're just tiny, tiny vials, but they're still healing potions. And in the third bag, or pouch, if you will, you have Sending Stone. And you gather roughly, by a quick look at the amount of money, it's roughly 300 gold pieces. And so you gather that 5 times that amount means it's at least 1,500 gold pieces when you finish the mission.
So it's giving us 300 gold pieces now.
Yes, plus other things as
So
well.
that's okay. But that's 50 gold for everyone, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
You can spread it out however you want. If you want to split it in gold pieces, platinum, and whatever. but 50 gold
You said
pieces in
it's just
total.
300 gold, right?
Yeah, 300 gold in total. Like, so it might be like a few platinum pieces that are making it go up to 300, or copper pieces or silver pieces, but most of it is gold and platinum.
I've just put.
We could say
gold.
it's let's
Okay,
say
yeah.
it's 5 platinums. No, 6 platinum. So let's say you have all 40 gold each and 1 platinum each.
Okay.
I noticed that gems. You wouldn't happen to have a pearl about this size, worth approximately 100 gold pieces. I need it for the spell component.
I guess that would be fine. I was gonna offer some more things as well, so a pearl for that sounds like a good offer. So
Yeah. Might be lots of traps and stuff in the temple, so we can identify it.
Yep. He puts his hand into his other sleeve, pulls out a pearl that matches your wish.
Thank you very much.
Can he pull a rabbit out of his hat as well? That's it. I can see.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Now, is there anything else you guys would want or need? I'm quite sure you have some wishes, of course.
A pet rabbit. So blankly.
Are you sure you want a pet rabbit around a hunting dog?
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. I just want
And
to see him
Azira?
pull a rabbit out of his hat. I just want to see him pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Oh, I can do that. And he lifts his hat and pulls out a rabbit, holds it by the ears, and then puts it back in the hat.
And Belgor's going to hold out his new magical crossbow and say, "Can you help me get this thing functioning properly?"
Obsessed with that fucking crossbow.
I mean,
why?
what's wrong with it?
I don't know. There was the Sphinx that told me it's not entirely in functioning order.
Oh, well. I guess. You should seek out. There's an artificer. What was his name? Oh yeah, Flintlock. If you go to Mr. Flintlock and
Rickon goes red.
and ask him for his help. He's an expert in firearms, but he has studied ancient crossbows and such for a long time to use as inspiration for his creation. If you go to him, you should be able to probably get some help in fixing it. He's residing in Adelstoff, of course, quite near the Adelstoff castle residence, if you will.
Alright, thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, if it's not too much trouble, and if you have them to spare, I would very much like it if I could purchase some paper birds.
You could have 2 paper birds.
Appreciated.
Where did I put those again? All right, and he takes 2 out of his ear, and he kind of just blows them towards you, and they fly over to you.
Cass is gonna catch them both. How am I supposed to write on these?
With ink and a quill?
Fine.
Yes. What's the problem?
They're already folded.
Well, unfold them then.
Right.
And it says, well, since you're gonna be traveling a lot, I'm gonna assume you're gonna end up getting your hands on some spell scrolls or spell books eventually. So, where did I put that then? That should be, and he flicks his wand towards a cupboard, and you see a few scrolls of parchment fly towards you, and some vials of ink and a quill. And he says, that should last you for a while to transcribe some spells into your spellbook. So if you want to create some for your own, just be careful if you're creating spells. You know what happens when you're testing things without proper knowledge of its effects. So be careful if you're creating anything stupid.
All experiments are successful experiments if they yield data.
Indeed. I hope the data doesn't kill anyone, unless it's your enemies, of course. And that quill should be sufficient enough to transcribe them. It's magical, so it's going to aid you in this matter. And the ink is, of course, of perfect quality for such things. And basically, you get parchment and ink for about 300 gold pieces.
Yeesh.
Is there anything else people need? I mean, I'm sure you didn't come to a school of magic without having any thoughts of magical items or anything, right? No?
There are several items I would like, but I'm not sure you would like me to have those items, Headmaster.
It depends on the items. We could spare some simpler magical items that might aid you, but it depends kind of on what you want or need. If you have anything in mind, in that case, I'll gladly offer some up. If we have them.
I was looking for a luck stone or a clockwork amulet.
Amulet, I don't believe we have. Luckstone. we don't have a luckstone either, but I know where you can find one.
Who? Where?
There's... When you get to Sudecia, if you go... let's see. Need to look at the map. Yes, so when you reach Sudecia, if you come to the capital, go to their bazaar. It's a marketplace, basically. And look for Rashad.
Rashad.
Yes. He is a merchant that deals in trinkets, odds and ends, if you will. I believe last time I was there, which was 3 days ago, he had a luckstone.
Great. Mom always told me to get one of those.
Well, it's a good suggestion by your mother then.
Yeah. She had some bad luck with an arm, so she told me to get one of those for safety.
Well, you should be able to get one from him. If you say I sent you, then maybe he'll get you a good discount.
Thank you very much, sir.
My pleasure.
You are your usual kind self, headmaster. My spellbook has seen better days. So if you have one of higher paper quality, that would be a great gift.
You mean like one that can stand the...
Oh, mine can already survive fire and water. It's just it doesn't survive getting dragged along the floor or being chewed on by a displacer beast. Or slapped around by a troll.
Okay. So what kind of spellbook do you want then?
Well, since you're in a charitable mood, I do believe Professor Nopperhorn mentioned a arcane grimoire at some point. That they should be able to...
You are funny. You are funny, dear Cass.
I told you wouldn't want to give such items to me.
No, I would love to give you an arcane grimoire. The problem is I don't have one because arcane grimoires, you see, they are incredible, marvelous items. And
I know.
I actually have seen one once. I really wanted it myself, but I'm a good person. I couldn't just take it. So, however, I know that person died about 500 years ago. Where did he live? Let's see. He was last stationed. I think it's either in Amaterasu, Ecodia, or North Vale. I don't remember which one, but some clues are if it's in North Vale, he lived in a tiny hut far out in the dark woods there. for quite some time. So it could be there. It's somewhat in the western area of the North Vale Kingdom. Somewhere close to the border, actually, to the Raksul Empire as well. If it's in Draconia, it's actually not in Draconia, but there's some sort of island west of Draconia. But it's a bit weird. Sometimes the island is there, sometimes the island is not. I'm not sure if it's there or not. There's also Amaterasu Empire, of course. And if it's there, where did he live? I believe it was near this dormant volcano. He was there studying the volcano and its internal pressure, if you will. And it could be there. So one of those three places.
Much appreciated.
You're welcome. I hope you get it before me, because if I get it first, you're not getting it.
Had we known that you're giving away free magic items, we might have prepared more.
Well, it was something I just decided on the fly, so...
Well, all I can ask is for your support to Adelstoff in this matter.
We already support Adelstoff in this matter.
Well, that's great. I would like to have your teacher's support as well in, well, investigating the magical aspects of this plague and trying to come up with a cure and whatnot.
We're already working on that.
That's great.
So anything else you want? And something that, instead of things I already help you with?
There is one thing.
Well, speak up then, lad.
I wonder if you could, well, send a package for me.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, do you have a postal service?
Not really, no.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to send something to someone, I can surely help you with that. Or you... I don't know. Why don't you just go to a postal service office?
Well, do you have one?
There is one in the city you just left. Or the town.
Aye, but I didn't need it back then. Never mind.
Well, I mean, I guess you could ask a student if they want to send an owl or something.
It's what a heavy thing.
Yeah, that probably won't work. I suggest going to a postal service. They have those in almost every town and city.
Oh.
There is one thing you could help us with.
Yes?
After this meeting has concluded,
Yes?
if you would please drop us off in Arkenhold, so we don't have to go through that blasted forest again.
Or better off, Adelstoff.
Adelstoff works too. With Ajira, She will tear the school apart if we don't bring her.
Well,
What
I
about the
was.
horses and the carriage?
Oh yeah, I forgot about those. They are in Arkenhole.
Yeah.
Well, I could just teleport you all to Edelstaff, and then I could teleport the horse and carriage with you.
That works.
That works. That works.
That
You
would
could
be
have opened with that.
Huh?
You could have said that a lot earlier.
Well, I just did. Because you asked.
Do you want anything, Nessa? Any magical stuff?
This is all blank in my head.
Well, what
I
about
don't
some
need any.
cast off armor? And you will have to put on your armor and take it off all the time.
Is that a thing?
That's a thing, yeah.
Can I do that? She kind of looks so confused. It's like she's not used to magical things like this.
Well,
So where you can chain our armor just to pop off and pop on.
sadly we don't really have that particular thing. Cast off armors and armors in general. We usually just have blacksmiths or merchants that does magical enchantments and such selling those. So we don't really do that.
We are gonna meet an artificer. Belligar wanted to meet him, and I was interested to have something customized. Maybe he can help you, Nessa.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. That sounds like a good idea.
He's just got his head down with his hair like that.
Nessa's gonna become
Going
Iron
bright
Woman.
red.
But
Flash Captain America.
do you guys have a bag of holding?
What?
No.
Bag of what?
Well,
I'm sorry, but would I wear 2 backpacks if I did?
I mean, I've seen people wearing 6 backpacks and a bag of holding, so I wouldn't speak up on that.
Hey, no, why don't you ask for some feather tokens and then you can give mine back?
We don't have feather tokens.
No, we have Featherfall.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I have Featherfall now, so if you
And
want
flying
it,
brooms
I'll-
as well, while at the school. Sadly, you're not allowed to bring them with you, otherwise... I would
You can bring it
have...
back if you want.
No, sadly not. You see, they are actually enchanted to just work within the confines of the school ground.
Oh, I meant Rick and he can buy his feather token back because I got magic now. More magic.
Oh,
How much did I sell it to you for?
Yeah, how much did you sell it for?
I don't remember.
Nobody knows.
nobody knows.
I'm good. It's fine, I've still got one.
It was either 25 or 50, I believe. Say 30. If that's okay with you.
Don't remember, so you can keep it.
Well, I could at least do something for the paladin and the cleric. You see, our holy man is very keen on making sure people are very devout
Oh my
to whatever
God.
god. And,
Oh, you lucky git.
well, I do have 2 amulets of the devout that you could have. And I believe they only can be used by clerics and paladins because they actually have gods that aid them in this manner, I believe. So you can have it's not one of the stronger amulets, sadly. As our holy man is not necessarily that strong of faith. Or maybe he's just old. I don't know. But they should be helping you with your holy magic, I believe. And yeah, you can also have a bag of holding. But I know Cass has a manner of sticky fingers.
What?
So
He has a what now?
he has habit of sticky fingers.
What do you mean by that?
But they're sticky.
Hey, some bloody tape.
I think what the headmaster's trying to say, that don't leave anything shiny out that you don't want misplaced.
What are you, a fucking cat?
So you're a magpie?
Well, if I like you, I give you the items back.
Never got that.
You haven't
Look around
stolen
the-
anything while you've been with this group, have you?
Never got us looking if something is missing.
I haven't stolen anything from you guys.
So
Whoa.
you have stolen something.
Sir.
Because
Keep
you
an eye on
have
him.
sticky fingers, I think it's a good idea that you actually have the bag of holding. However, if you see
appreciated.
someone in your friend circle here that are more fitting for the task of being the bag bearer, then it's all up to you. I just trust you more than the others. That's all. Because I know how sticky fingered you are.
I point at Nessa. I'll like give it to her.
Gives
I'll
it to
take it.
Nessa.
And I'll glare at Cassie. I'm not aiding you in thievery amongst my town.
Well, it wasn't really by my own choice that I touched that thing that blew up a tower. And just to say that age has not made me slower.
Yeah, you're getting into your years, aren't you? Although, not that much. You have a long way ahead of you still.
I hope so.
I know so. I'm an elf, so I would know. If I didn't know, I'd be surprised.
Well, my mother is an elf, and she still can't tell how old I'm supposed to be.
Well, let me know if there's anything else you feel like you need. Otherwise, maybe later.
Aside from an army, I don't think so.
Oh, true, I guess. Actually, Ranger, you seem to be able to handle arrows a lot. Or bolts. You can have this quiver, I guess. And it gives you a quiver of Ilona.
For half a second, I thought you were going to give the ranger an army.
Yeah, sure. Let's give the dwarf an army. Yes.
Yeah,
That's-
because his badger's not enough.
Yeah. You already have an army. You have in Space Beast a dog and a badger. What else do you need?
We were both alone.
More pothead dragonborns, I'm just saying.
I love how we started out this campaign with just us. And we were like, oh, this is fine. Now we have a bloody menagerie of things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't suppose you have an insignia of claws, do you?
Insignia?
So, what does this quiver do?
Well, you can store quite a lot of arrows in it.
Right?
And javelins. And pretty much anything. It's like a bag of holding.
But the pointy objects.
But yeah, for pointy objects.
I don't have any
It's just
such
that-
insignia, but I believe your order should have those, don't they?
Hey, but we don't give them out to just about anyone. And we don't have many of them.
I was referring to Rickon's order.
Oh.
Rickon's order has those insignias, I believe. They occasionally hand them out, but I believe you have to be a higher rank, if you will.
Rick looks at it like, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what happened when you go on a journey for a long time. Doesn't it, Rickon?
I don't know what you mean.
Neither do I. But yeah. If you don't come up with anything else you want now, then forever hold your silence until we meet again, I guess.
Nope. No clue then. That
No.
then.
I'm good.
Alright then. Well, in that case, where was I? Yes,
Piss off.
Silesia. I will give you, and he goes into his robe and pulls out a small scroll of paper that is tied with a small string, and it also has like a stamp on it as well. And it says, "Now I have a paid trip to Silesia one way for your compatriots and yourself, yes. Use it as you seem fit. But it only works for idle stuff. And
Are we talking air travel or sea travel?
this is by sea. Airship is a bit more costly. And can't spend all our resources on you now, can we? That would be crazy.
It would indeed.
I know, right? You think I'm not crazy?
You see,
Go on,
Cass.
Cass. Answer the man.
I'm not suicidal. Contrary to popular belief.
Marva, in response to him saying he's not crazy, he's gonna be like, he seems a little scatterbrained to me, and I'm the pothead. And he's gonna walk off and get more tea.
I'm glad he said it.
I'm not scatterbrained, I'm just very, very old. I don't have long left in this world, but I hope to see you save it at least.
On that note, if there's nothing else, I have to echo my friend Nessa's sentiment, and can we please be excused, Headmaster?
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you want to be teleported right away, or do you want to go and do anything else before I teleport you to Edelstuff?
Nope, nothing else.
Nothing
Let's
else.
go.
Get us there now. Out of this
Exactly.
place, please.
Well, in that case, he snaps his finger, and Ajira appears in the room, looking confused as fuck, like... What the fuck just happened? What are you guys doing?
Magic.
Just gonna point at the Headmasters.
She growls at him, and he says, "Oh, fiery little creature. Well, don't get used to it, because you're getting thrown away again." And he's gonna just magically push you all into the corner of the room where you appeared earlier. Like, literally, you just raise your hands like this, and you are all pushed slowly backwards.
So long, suckers.
And then this nice trip. Then he snaps his finger again, and you can see like the arcane runes all spark at the same time. And you feel the same sensation, but it's a bit longer this time, as you are being flung through space and time for quite a distance, until you suddenly land by the docks. However, let's see, how many are you? You're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then Stoffel, Oscar, and Kira,
And Sapphire.
and Sapphire. You're technically
Yeah, about-
10.
We have a lot of people.
Okay, in that case, since it's your headmaster, Cassie, roll me a d10 twice.
Kiddo.
And the third.
5 and a 3.
All right. Null and Marber, make a dex save, please.
Deck save. Oh, fuck.
Oh! I wanted the old Dragonborn to succeed where the rogue didn't.
So, you guys suddenly appear at the docks. And you hear spladoosh, spladoosh, as Marber and Null lands in the water.
He needs to work on his aim. And he's
I
Quick
agree.
question. How well can a centuries-old Dragonborn swim in medium armor?
a century-year-old.
Well, that is a very good question that Cass has a very good answer to, as he's going to just look at Null, look at Marber, and just point towards the water, turn his hand and lift as he shapes a disc of ice under. First Marber, and just lifts it up. And then does the same for Null.
Thank you.
Thank
Jump
you.
to the docks and yeah, press this meditation and hate water.
I'm just gonna stand there and just shake as if I was like,
Cass is gonna walk over to the nearest, basically nearest support post or lamp post, and just slam his head against it and stand there for a moment.
I'll give
It's
a rope
currently
to the two down in the water so they can get up.
it's currently sunset, so you can see the sun going down over the coastline.
What time was it when we defeated the werewolf? Was it in the middle of the night?
That was in the middle of the
I think.
night.
Okay.
Somewhere between 11 in the night and 3-4 in the morning. Not entirely sure. Right now it's yeah, like maybe 7, 8 in the evening.
Well, I'm going to go find the postal office.
Then come back, straight back to that tavern,
Right, no problem.
and
And then I
tomorrow
walks up to find the postal office. Wherever
all
that
of
is.
you are going shopping and you're going to buy some formal clothes because you are not meeting the Flintlocks without looking your fucking best.
What are you saying?
I am a man of the clergy. These are my royal vestments. I do not partake in such
Clean them.
follies.
Hearing
Just clean
Rickon
your coat.
say that, Cass is gonna lift his head from the lamppost, turn around slowly, look at Rickon, just hand scraping through his goatee, and just.
What? What are you
Is there
looking
a
at?
particular? Would there be a particular reason why you're? Now, don't get me wrong. Not at no point so far have you been concerned with the way we look when meeting people, but now you are.
Oh no, family friend. The practically royalty. Just look good.
You were not this concerned about what we look like when meeting your sister, the Duchess.
I didn't know you were meeting my sister, the Duchess. Because Darius did not tell me my sister, the Duchess, was going to be there.
And Cass is just gonna keep looking.
Stop looking at me. Looks about.
Do these clothes work? And I turn to a noble lady. Do these work, or do I need something fancy?
Yes, that works.
Great. My hair, is it turning back in 24 hours, or is it just a 24 hours? It's poof, back.
I mean, being completely bald doesn't really work. Maybe you should just stick to being an old man and get some nice vestures for him.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Is it turning back for 24 hours, or is it just poof, back?
You're still bald.
You should be still bald for
A
Until
few hours.
midnight.
Yeah, like
Mm.
4 or 5 more hours.
at least that many hours. And
Yeah,
it
because
would
I believe
come
my
back
hair.
around 11 to 3 in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
That's
you're
why I'm
not
looking
sure,
at-
and you're not sure if it's instant or if it's slowly growing out.
I believe it said it turns back within 24 hours.
Yeah, it grows back over 24 hours.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to know if it was slowly over 24 hours or poof at 24 hours.
Oh yeah, in that case I would say poof.
Okay. Then we do a poof.
Please tell me you're going to get your hair back soon, right?
Yeah.
You're going to go. I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't be bothered if you were bald. Noble lady, they couldn't really be bothered because that would be, that would be very couth of them. And they're not the type of people to be bothered by that. They're very nice people. They're the nicest people you'll ever meet.
But
They're great.
somewhere in the middle of the night, it's gonna.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
Flintlocks are
morning.
amazing. He kind of starts almost dreamily looking off.
Yeah. So.
God, what am I gonna wear? No, wait. I have a kimono? I don't have a kimono. I have royal clothes. Would that work? No. And then he walks off. And he goes,
It's your
Just-
friend.
matches
Your
off.
family
He's
friend.
like, oh, gotta maybe buy a kimono. Or something nicer. And then he just disappears around the corner as he starts walking back to the tavern.
Cass gonna walk up next to Null and just. I'm sure they are friends. I'm not sure Rickon wants them to remain just friends.
Marber's gonna follow up next to him, standing like leaning on his staff, and be like, "Do you think they're going to expect me to use them? What were forks and spoons?"
What, Marber? I'll make sure you have some finger foods if we are served food.
I probably won't eat much that night. And he's just gonna start walking off.
I was talking
Still
about sandwiches.
He doesn't know what a sandwich is.
You take all your favorite fillings and put it between two slices of bread.
Cut it so you can eat it with your hand.
And if it's fancy, that's a little tooth.
Toothpick, not tooth.
Yeah.
You cut out that thing, a little tooth.
Yeah, here's a little tooth on the sandwich. Thanks
Yes.
for nice decoration.
It was the
Now there's
previous
a
one.
whole 2-hour
Yes.
conversation about a tooth on a sandwich.
The tooth belonged to the previous person who tried to eat the sandwich.
Yes. Although, if it's a friend of the family of, the Adelstar family, maybe we should actually go get some new clothing. Ours have probably seen better days.
I've always wanted light green vestments of the religious kind. I wonder if I could get away with wearing them.
Marber, you're a white dragonborn. You will look good in anything.
There's a slight rose tint to his cheeks at this point.
Now. I wonder. And you just see Cass look off over the harbor, a very mischievous grin on his face. And then he's gonna start wandering off towards the tavern. And I prefer that. I'm getting drunk. Wanna join me?
Seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
Don't have anything else to do right now, so
Nessa wants to get drunk.
Nessa's feeling really uncomfortable the fact that she has to get dressed up.
Again.
She struggled in the freaking school.
Oh, would he be insightful enough for that?
She's showing it complete and utter. There's no hiding it.
Okay.
So I'm guessing so.
If Cass notices that she's much more comfortable in armor than in finery, he will just turn around, look like and look straight at Nessa and say, "You know, we could probably dress you up like his bodyguard, so you can keep your armor on. We just make it look fancy."
She can't understand and goes, "What's wrong with what I'm wearing?"
Oh, we could make you shine like one of them statues.
Yeah, that was also meant. Polished armor.
You can keep your armor, you can feel comfortable, and we can still make Rickon look good.
I guess. As long as I'm not wearing a freaking dress.
No. Wouldn't have to.
Okay.
If I could get away with wearing the dress.
Well, I will be wearing the dress.
Yeah. Well, I do hear a few ales calling my name, so...
Let's put stuff on the dress.
Yes!
We need at least 2 fine ladies, one in a dress and one in armor, to make this acceptable,
Yes.
I believe.
So,
Cass is
are you guys walking towards the tavern while you're talking? Or
Yeah. Cass is at least doing that. I don't know about the others. He is looking to get smashed.
well, there's a happy bartender willing to smash you up with any alcohol you want to drink. This was a bit too holy of a music.
For this group, yeah.
Let's
And I think entering the tavern, Cass is going to walk up to the bar and just... Do you have any, like, whiskey that is not expensive but will mess up my brain?
Aye, we got whiskey of all sorts. What do you want?
Not too costly, tastes good, and high proof.
Well, in that case, how about this one then? And he pulls up this actually pretty nice bottle of whiskey. You're not entirely sure what kind of whiskey it is. And it says, this is, it comes from, it's a local brewery. It's called, actually, I don't know what it's called. It's fairly new. But they came here with a couple of bottles and wanted to advertise themselves, if you will. So you'll be one of the first taste testers, I guess. And since they gave it for free, well, how about you share a glass with me? And he pours up a glass for you and himself, and it says, "On the house."
Speaking my language. And Cass is going to sniff it for a moment and then knock it back in one go.
He seems to be more enjoying the whiskey. It says,
I know you're not supposed to do that, but with the week I've had,
I would recommend savoring it, but seeing as you had a rough week, oh, I understand.
Can I ask a question? Is my room still available?
Yes.
And it's still being paid for?
Yeah, it's been paid for the month at least.
Yeah. Then bring out the good stuff and put it on the room.
Oh, so when you say good stuff, do you mean the strong stuff or the tasty stuff?
The taste stuff.
And when you say on the room, do you mean on your tab or Daddy's tab?
That tab. Because this is work related. We asked for the monster to drink. So, for me, this is work. The room is on work. I'm putting this on the room.
Well,
Perks of the job.
I guess you have a very good beneficiary. That's the word, yes.
Yes, and I'm traveling from the capital. So they're paying for everything.
Well, for now at least, enjoy. And
Thank you.
he starts preparing for getting some of the drinks up. And he
And I
pours
believe
another glass of whiskey for you, Cass, and says, well, I guess it's the same tab for you as well, so enjoy. If you like it, tell me, and maybe I'll base my price on what you're saying.
And our Dragonborn friend here, there is a drink, I don't know if you have heard of it, called a Long Island iced tea. Can you, if you know it, can you possibly make it to him?
Long Island? Is there a
It's-
Long Island?
Some gin, vodka, rum, and
Tea.
Oh, right. I see what you mean.
he likes his tea.
Ah, right. Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'll prepare it for you.
Thank you very much. I will also have one of those.
All right then.
The whiskey. Jesus Christ, those get smashed.
Yeah, Cass
Also,
is
it's
just gonna
not
sip.
called- It's also not called Long Island. It's called.
I'm at a Saruti.
Long
No,
coat.
Raxkull tea.
No, it's called Pirate Banger.
Oh. Well.
Cass is gonna sip the whiskey this time and just nice burn. I quite approve. And look at the bartender. And, oh, I haven't done that yet. Walking over to a table and just sitting down.
Well, enjoy. And he has the drink prepared for you and puts it on the counter.
The Mabo and Noah banging pirates, yes.
Yep.
I gotta take it tomorrow, but I just put it from at home. They call this tea. Here they call it pirate banger, but it's tea where I'm from.
This looks rather. Is it a cold? Is it steeped tea? Has it been there for quite a while? It's rather cold. Do I drink it all in one, or do I sip from it? Or this is rather interesting. I've never seen this kind of tea before. You do have to enlighten me on how to drink this wonderful concoction.
Well, if you like it, you drink it. Great. If you wanna enjoy it, you take here and. But I like 3 of these about. And it is just the drinks it whole. I'm gonna get me another one.
Marva, seeing how Noel has drunk this, he's gonna do very much the same. So he's just gonna like open his drawer and just be like, bang.
Yep.
And throw it all
It's,
back up
it's
again.
definitely bang.
What?
Stop it.
There.
That's a rather interesting. What kind of tea leaves do they use in this one?
A lot of starch.
Yeah, first they use, and I rubble up the alcohols, spirits, and then they take some tea and top it off to get the color right.
So it's alcohol with a little bit of tea in it to make it look like tea.
Yeah, for the fancier guest. So at home they call it tea, here they call it pirate bagger.
Yeah, they call it tea.
Martha hasn't drunk much. That first one's gonna go straight to the back, and it's just okay.
Yeah, make a con save, actually. Also, Cass, make a con save you as well.
Should I also make one?
Yes.
I hit 2 5s in a row.
Jesus Christ. You guys can't handle it at all.
Why are your cons so low? Why does the wizard have 0 con?
Because the wizard put the points in charisma.
Yeah,
They talked away out of danger.
I told
Yes.
you. The wizard has 0 in con.
Yes.
Yeah, and the rogue had a high armor class, so he didn't think he needed con.
Wizard has high class with mage armor.
Well,
I just thought.
Fuck this shit, I'm using my hero point! And I'm drinking all night.
Bad.
That's one way
I
to do
mean,
it.
you can drink all night
That's
without
ironic.
using your hero point. However, it will affect you if you do.
Yeah, but I'm gonna drink all night with my hero point.
Okay, cool. So,
Now I used it.
even if you're using your hero point, you do feel this intense burn. And even though it is similar to this Long Island tea you're talking about, this pack a completely different punch. You can see why it's called Pirate Banger. You're not gonna have a good day next day. Marber, you are instantly fucked.
Never drunk alcohol before.
Yeah, like you are
Yeah.
seeing. You're not sure if you're seeing double or quadruple or octuple. Or is it more? You're not sure. This is some
And
strong
the boss
shit.
just drunk as normal.
And
Oh, he's not here, is he?
Yep.
The dwarf is drinking. Dear God, the world's gone screw.
What is happening?
and Cass, you are wasted. Like you were gonna drink a lot tonight.
That was the idea, yes.
Yeah. After your first, it was like, Yeah, this is pretty okay. You can feel instantly go to your head. And words. You don't know the word for word anymore.
So I imagine that in a short, brilliant moment of clarity, Cass just realized that he hasn't eaten anything since breakfast.
Yeah.
And it is now evening. And he just knocked back out whiskey. And then it's like, oh, thump. It's not passed out yet, but he's going to be drooling on the table.
Yep. In the meantime, Belagar.
Yep.
You come to the post office and you realize they're about to close, but you manage to catch them just before they close. And you see this rather tall Goliath. He says, "Yes, what can I do for you?"
Hello, I need to make a delivery.
Well, what do you want to deliver? Where and how?
And then I just plunk the arm up on the counter. I need you to deliver this to the archaeological representative in Baragon's watch.
All right. That can be arranged.
Also a note with the armor.
All right.
Explaining the situation.
All right then.
The note just says the following. To the archaeological representative, I found this in an old kobold cave dedicated to what seems like dragon worship. You know what to do with this, I suppose.
All right. And your name?
Hey, Belagar Durexon.
All right. And does this armor need to be transported carefully, or does not matter?
It must be transported carefully.
Right. In that case, it will be 20 copper pieces.
How much is silver piece in copper pieces?
2 silver pieces.
Yeah, 2 silver pieces.
Oh yeah, so I hand him 2 silver pieces. There you go.
All right.
Thank you, and good night. And he just heads out.
Thanks you for
Feeling a
doing
lot
business. And he starts closing down again after he orders someone to deliver this first thing in the morning.
It's out of my hair.
I think I didn't end up going to the bar as well.
Yep.
I think halfway towards the bar I was like, oh shit, I really don't have anything to wear. And I went to my sister.
Alright.
Went to my old room to get some clothes.
Yep. Your room is basically as you left it. However, it is not dusty, it is clean. So it seems like she's... It seems like she's keeping up with keeping it clean and making sure that whenever you return, if you ever return, it's always clean and homely for you.
Yeah. Just look around my room, my big circle bed, and then the fact that all the walls are covered in bookcases. So Cassie would be very jealous. because he had a little test in the library because he wasn't allowed to leave, so he had to have entertainment somehow.
Yep.
And he goes to his wardrobes and starts like dragging out clothes and throwing them onto his bed, and he's like, no. These are too small. I've put on too much muscle. God damn it. And he just screams, fuck!
Yep.
And then I'll go find my sister.
She's currently in the actual library. Where they took the books from and put them into your room, basically.
So a lot of them are just bare.
They seem to have been slowly refilled.
Restocked, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, hi.
Oh, hey, Rickon. Nice of you to show up.
Yeah, well, I'm back, so I thought I'd tell you I'm back. You know?
Well, glad to see you're back.
Do things
How'd it
differently
go?
this time. Let's see, I went to Arkenhold. Dealt with the trolls on the bridge. You can tell Darius we dealt with the trolls on the bridge.
Oh, well, if you go see him in the morning, he should be giving you your payment.
Yeah, he owes us a lot more money for that, because not only were the trolls, there were displacer beasts.
Oh, what was the original reward?
I have no idea. I don't remember that kind of thing. But yeah, I guess I'll ask him before I tell him.
Right. Well, let him know that you can get 50 gold pieces extra per displacer beast, I guess.
About that, my party seemed to have adopted one of them, so there is now a displacer beast in your sea.
What now? Did you? Okay. Did you, Rickon, just tell me that you have a wild displacer beast that you have tamed that is currently walking around in my city, threatening my people, making the city unsafe?
It can talk English, so technically it's a sentient being.
What is English?
Common. It can talk common, so... yeah, he says it can talk common, so evidently it must be...
Oh, that is definitely common. Displacer beast talking common is so common that people will just go and walk up, talk to it, because they expect it to. No, they will run away in panic, Rickon. They will run away in panic, screaming and call for guards that will attack this displacer beast, Rickon.
Which is why I also wanted to ask if you had our arrangements made up yet. Our quarters, so to speak.
Well,
so we can have it out of view. Hey, I'll even take that old vampire's house. Like, we will take that and keep it for ourselves.
That's actually not a bad idea.
It has the stables, and we have horses, and a carriage. Also a dog.
We get the horses
Yeah.
from that place. And the dog.
So they're very happy about returning home.
We can return it all where we took it from.
By the way, is Ajira with you right now at the tavern, or what happened there?
Yeah, she's with them at the tavern, right?
Yes.
and nobody better than I. And now people are panicking. We're forgetting the displacer beast often.
People have not noticed this displacer beast yet.
She's
Because
using her tentacles to make it look like a kitten.
oh, it's more
really,
like
really large kitten with 6 legs.
it's just so unexpected that no one expects it. That they're like, okay, there's someone really big over there.
So
But
basically, all the drunks are just like, okay, and carry on walking.
yeah, basically.
It's evening. People are drunk.
Everyone is like Jack Sparrow at the moment, so yeah.
Like,
Gosh.
They're debating whether it's a tabaxi, leonin, or a gnome.
Or a druid that's having fun.
Yes. At the moment. But yeah, she looks to you and says, I do have the keys. And the mansion is somewhat cleaned up.
It's also a bit weird, but do you think you could rewrite the property's name in our name so Belstar can re-enter his own home without invitation?
I don't know how that works when it comes to vampires.
They can't enter a home or an abode without an invitation. So it seems to me that if you were to acquiesce the properties as
we
official-
already did that. Like, we already retracted his right to the mansion and everything. However, since he
so
once
it's no longer belongs
lived...
to him.
No, but since he once lived there, it could potentially be that he still has the power to enter it. So I would be
But if
careful.
Yeah, but I was just thinking, if you give me the lease for it, I can sign my name, and technically it will be under a different person's. It will be a signed contract, and he won't be able to enter.
Well, in theory, yes. But in theory, it could also be that since he once was invited to the house, he still can go in because he was once invited some years ago. So just be careful.
Well, I'm hoping that maybe us signing the lease to the place and also us making it our own home would kind of reverse that, if you know what I mean. Like, it'll be somebody else's home. It won't be the place that he used to live in. It'll be different. And I'm thinking maybe the contract and that personal would change the magic.
Oh, let's hope so. I'll find the deed, and I'll have all of you guys sign it, so you can share it. I think it, at the moment at least, would be unfair to leave it in just one person's name, especially since you are already having a home here with me.
Yes.
But
And
you
I'll
should
make sure
discuss
to
with
tell
your
Weavers-
you should discuss with your group. Come up with a name, because then we can assign the house to your name, or company, if you will.
Right. A name.
Yes.
That's always easy to come up with. Well, we'll see. I'll talk to the group.
Yep. Well,
And I'll make sure they're well trained in not inviting anybody into the house who asks to be invited.
well, I'll leave the invitings up to you guys.
So don't come to the house and ask if you can come inside. Just go inside. You're the queen. Oh, well done. The Duchess.
I would not presume to be a queen, but thank you for thinking I am. I know I will always be in your eyes.
Yes. Speaking of queens,
Mhm.
I spoke to Mum.
You spoke to Mom? You Rickon, you realize she's not
Don't say
around
it, I know
anymore.
it. Yes. I spoke to her portrait. She has a magical portrait at the school.
There's a magical portrait at the school?
Yeah. So all her memories are in that portrait.
That's
And she has
new?
a version of this portrait here in the throne room.
Well, we need to find it.
That's what I was thinking. And then maybe you could also have a conversation with Mum and get some things off your chest.
Would you mind if I do that alone?
Of course. And that's about right. And then I'll go and I'll suggest to find the portrait. But like after you.
Alright.
Also I transformed again.
Well, that was expected, so
I controlled it.
that's good. Wait, it's not full moon yet.
It was an unusual full moon in a magical forest. And we were fighting werewolves at the time. Well, I fought werewolves.
Well, that is weird, but it's good. I'm proud of you. That's good. You should probably tell your commander,
Sensei.
whatever his name is.
Yeah, I'll tell Sensei. He's in Amaterasu. I need to make my way over there at some point. I've also sent out invitations to the people of the Order, as this seems like a time we need them. So if any come here,
I mean, most of the Order is already here, except the agents that are out and about. But I believe there has been some that have been gathering, so yeah, they're probably around.
well, if they're going to have a meeting, could you let me know? I'd like to be a part of it.
Sure, I'll have an ask around and see if I have anything planned.
Yeah, and then he kind of walks into the throne room and looks for my portrait.
Yep. You can roll a perception check.
Oh. Baboo. I think that's my first roll of the night as well.
Everybody rolled bad.
Yeah, you have rolled
Can I-
shit tonight.
I have a hero point. Can I use that?
We'll see.
I mean, she can roll first, but then I'll see about using her. Oh, never mind.
She looks around with you, and you are looking in every place it's not. And then she's like, Rickon?
What?
There. And she points like above the throne, like, and up in a corner, you can see a portrait hanging. It's very out of place, and in a place no one would ever look. Like, oh, there's a portrait, let's go look at it. No one would notice it because it's kind of hidden in the dark as well. There's no real light up there. And she says, so you're saying that portrait is Mom?
It's her memories. I won't get too caught up talking to her. But maybe one
Okay.
conversation would do you well.
I'll prepare myself. Well,
And
you should probably go and join your friends, but I'll make sure to write that leash. I just need a name by tomorrow. It will be easier if you have a company name of some sort.
company name. Of course, yes. Shall the
Company
reserve
name,
right
group.
state of mind?
Company name, group name, whatever name you come up with for your little group. And yeah.
Okay, well done. Kind of start walking away.
Also, Rickon,
We'll go. Yeah?
she hugs you.
I give her a hug back. Okay.
And she says, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I am. And I'm gonna go see the Flintlocks tomorrow, and I turn around and walk away.
Good luck with that.
Do they know I'm here?
Yes.
Oh fuck! How long have they known? What did you tell them? Did you spag on me?
They heard some rumors and came and asked about you.
Fuck. What did you tell them?
That you had returned, but you were instantly sent on an errand, so you haven't had time to visit them.
Okay. Did they look happy with that response?
Well, they probably saw through it, but they took it for now. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
He goes back to the fucking tavern and sees an absolute drunken group of people.
Yes. So,
But the dwarf's catched up as well, hasn't he? He's just there drinking a entire keg.
Belliger, you would start drinking, I assume, when you get back?
Yeah, just one ale.
Okay.
Keeps refilling.
Yeah, if Null sees yours empty, he's gonna use Mage Hand and just pour you another one.
For some reason, your cup is not ending.
No, it's a weird thing.
And the funny thing is, the Mage Hand is invisible, so you never notice that it's being refilled.
Be just very careful to not give anything to stop us.
If he has a bowl in front of him with alcohol, he's gonna get the refill also.
Oh
No,
god.
doesn't have one.
Well,
And is Nessa also trashed?
Nessa, what are you doing? Before we end it. Nessa? Gas?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Did I,
Yeah.
You did.
Okay, it was guest turn this time.
I think Rickon would see Cass's head on like its cheek on the table, and you would see like tiny little flowers and mushrooms growing up in front of his face as he just flicks his finger back and forth.
Oh, it's so pretty.
What's Marble doing? I was just passed out.
I mean-
Marba's like singing an old draconic song in very bad tune because he's like, and he's just stood there like singing away to it.
Draconian as well, just.
Death metal. But yeah, everyone is basically just
My dog!
either. Yeah. Everyone is just half passed out on the table. Everyone is drooling or pointing at mushrooms, or like everyone is hammered except for Null, who seems to be just keeping drinking.
Rickon, come join us.
Why are you all pissed? You want to meet? You want to meet the Flintlocks tomorrow with a hangover? Oh God! No. You know what? I'm going to be the only one who meets the Flintlocks tomorrow. You guys can give me your freaking things you want, and then you're staying here all day and sobering up.
You can feel a mouth around your leg, and you see Adira is somewhat hammered.
Dead gods.
Should
was
we-
probably the
like,
instigator of that.
She's like trying to chew and figure out what the fuck it is, but she's like, "Bleh. Ah,
Like a cat on
Ah.
catnip.
The fuck? Gave the displacer beast alcohol!
Sorry!
I feel like Marba would have been the instigator of that.
Yeah, you might instigate it, but I'm gonna keep refilling it.
Yeah, I just yanked my leg away from her and like,
You can actually see like you can see a group of dwarfs laughing and pointing at her like, she can't take it.
Yeah, Casca lift his head and then just. Right, I was supposed to get food for her. Huh.
One of the dwarf, when we hear them laugh, I'm gonna one on the side, I'm gonna smack him a little bit, invisible, but so we think the other one is doing it next to him.
Hey, what you do that for?
And then when he looks at this, I'm
Don't do
gonna
it.
on the other side.
Hey, you don't have to hit me. And they start arguing, and eventually it breaks out into a full fist fight. But everyone is missing and passing out.
I walk to the Batman and I'm like, can you get
Would you like
my
the
friends
same?
to the... No, I want you to get them upstairs into the rooms.
While all that's going on, while Rickon's now talking to the bastard, Marba's gonna walk over to Ajira and fill up his pipe with this special leaf that he got from the Dwoblin, and he's gonna light it right next to Ajira and start smoking it and just like start blowing it into Ajira's face.
She grabs it with her paw and kind of just holds it, and then
Get the displacer beast meat. Get it meat now. Before it eats one of the dwarfs.
You can see her eyes go from like super tired and like completely knocked off until she gets super large eyes. And she's starting to look around.
I'm gonna put 30 pounds of the laser beast meat.
I
in front of
have
her.
never seen so much food in one place.
All my displacer beast meat that was cured, I'm gonna put it in front of Igera.
She looks down and stares at it. Is that food?
That's food. For you. I will leave 13 kilograms for the tricks.
She puts a claw in it and lifts it up. Stares at it. It is dead. Dead meat. I shall hunt you forever.
Prestidigitation, so it has a tiny small face on it, looking at her and bara blinking, almost taunting her.
She kind of just throws it away. Food has
I mean, this is
faces.
what happens when you get Displacer Beast drunk and high.
And she kind of looks at you, Null. You look awfully lot like food. But you're walking around.
I'm gonna pick it up with Mage and I put it for sorry about the little joke. Here, eat.
I don't see the point of the joke. But you look very meaty.
God, I'm gonna walk up to the displacer beast and be like, "Hey, Java, you want something to hunt?
Hunt, yes.
Follow
Give me something to hunt.
Follow me." And then I'll take some of that all the meat. And just
I'll
wrap it
hunt
into a
you.
cloth.
Yes.
Yes, chase the cloth. Look at the cloth with the meat in it. Oh, oh. And I'll lure her upstairs.
She follows it with her eyes. Like she is on the hunt right now. And you are in danger, but you managed to
but
keep
she's
her.
totally drunk, and yeah. I will look at the barman as I pass, and I go, "You have a cat, right? Do you have a cat?"
I don't really know why. If I have
Do you have any
cats,
catnip?
no, I don't have any cats. Unless there's like a cat walking into the tavern, like that big one over there.
Right, okay. I'm gonna look
Very
at
big
him.
cat, by the way.
I apologize in advance. Yes, very big cat. Come on, Ashera. Come on, chase it.
She's chasing it, and she's very fast.
Lure
so-
into the room. Yeah, I'm fast as well. So
Yeah, and she's
I'll
drunk,
run
so
to the
she's
room.
kind of running into the walls and into the doors, and
and I throw it into the room. And I go, "Oh, it's getting away! Get it!"
she's going in there full speed.
I
And
close the
this
door.
slides into the
Unlock it.
wall on the other side.
Yeah, I close the door and lock it. And she can chew through the blanket and get at the meat.
Yeah. You can hear her like.
Walk back to the table and be like, "Cassie, you're not sleeping with that displacer beast tonight. You're going to sleep in my room, okay?"
Right.
So she doesn't eat you in your sleep.
Right. Who are we talking about?
Oh, for fuck's sake! And I just pick him up by the and drag him to bed. I'm like, no, get everyone else to bed.
You
As
would
he's
notice that
come down
Cass
and
is
poke-
surprisingly light. Because he's pretty tall, but he weighs like nothing. Except, dead weight because you're carrying a drunk, grown-ass man.
Yep.
Dragging him. I look at the bartender as I pass again, and I'm like, please make sure the others get to bed. And drag him off.
He kind of shrugs and says, well, I'll get them to their bed, I guess.
The only reason I'm taking this one to bed is because they're a small bomb. And I take it.
Right. Enjoy the bed.
Marv is currently passing his pipe along the dwarves that were starting to fight.
They are passing around the beer that they were drinking as well. But you realize the tankers are empty. But they don't.
Is Gaz back yet? Gaz, are you back yet?
Nope. He did.
Nope. Okay. He
I
dead.
feel like Gaz is asleep.
Yeah.
Yes, this is. Oh wow,
Um,
we nearly had two sleep people.
Yep.
If your wife hadn't waked you up.
Yep.
I'd only just started a drop, so I was lucky.
Yep. But yeah. With that, you're all getting to bed eventually. Except Noel, you're drinking all night. And everyone gets a long rest. Except Noel. He does not. And
I didn't get to sleep.
no? You said you were drinking all night with that hero point. So you're drinking all night. You're not getting any long rest.
I don't think I needed it really. Well, I did use Featherfall, but
Yeah. So you'll be having a point of exhaustion when we come back to next session. But with that, we're going to end tonight's session because people are stoned, drunk, and tired and falling asleep. Both in and out of character.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not drunk or stoned, but at least falling asleep. So. I don't know. Ardonna looks like, how did you know? Okay. Kind of. Like, you gave me that expression like, how did he know?
No, I was thinking, like, would I even have enough to get drunk? No, I have about a glass of whiskey at home.
Yeah. I don't have any alcohol.
I have
but yeah.
alcohol because I made homebrewed beer.
Ooh.
But it's not, it's like 2%.
I have
Well-
Napoleon.
How dare you? But yeah, we're gonna end tonight's session there at least, before everyone falls asleep, and including myself. But before we do, we're gonna go through favorite moments for those who are still awake. So let's start with Marber, who is still awake somehow.
Unlike
Who are
Gaz.
you playing, and what was your favorite moment?
I am Oopski. I play Marva Alrul, the Life Domain Cleric Dragonborn, aka Oi you stoner, keep passing that weed around. Favorite moment is debating politics and religion, I think.
Yeah. Always an interesting subject. In D&D, for sure. Speaking of interesting debates, Cassie, who are you playing? What was your favorite moment?
Hello, I am Ardana or Joe or you there. If Lilith has any say in it, I am the GM and channel runner over at The Lorite, and today I've played Cassie, the enchantment wizard, currently being carried up the stairs and into bed. He would have liked to be more conscious for that one.
Yeah.
At least you weren't dragged feet first.
I mean, true. He would probably be not more knocked out if that had happened, because, you know, con score of 0. Yes. I think my favorite moment was Marburg getting Ajira high after she already got drunk.
Yeah.
That is going to end so poorly for us.
That is the worst decision you could make.
No. The worst decision we can make is make her angry when she's hungover.
Yeah.
No one's ever been angry after being high. It's fine.
She's also drunk and is going to be hungover.
Yeah. Speaking of hungover, Null, who are playing? What was your favorite moment? As you are gonna be hungover next session.
I'm Emil, or Fate of Night, playing Null, the arcane trickster rogue, or the draconic bloodline sorcerer. That was a mouthful.
Yes.
Favorite moment? I liked when we got drunk and everything, but when the religion talk was done, and Nolba, hi, I'm Null.
Yes.
Still don't get it.
No, you might later.
Yeah. You will later. Speaking of old dragon names, Rickon, who are you playing? What was your favorite moment?
You have Marble right there. What?
We already went to Marble.
Yeah, but the dwarf had old dragon armor.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah. Okay. So hello. I'm Jason. I'm playing Rickon, the upset Lord of Adelstoff. My favorite moment was Belagar saying to Stoffel, "Oh, those crazy people talking to someone who will never answer them," and then Stoffel just looking at him blankly and not answering him. The humor in that had me gasping. That was amazing. It was such a dad joke. I loved it.
Yeah, that was great. Speaking of dad joking badgers, Belagar, who are you playing? What was your favorite moment?
I'm Sir Duck, playing as Belagar Jurikson. And I think my favorite moment this time was when the wizard headmaster just shoved us out of his room.
Yep.
Yes, that was pretty good.
Yeah. It was like, yep, so you need to go now. Let's put you in there.
Just alright, time's up, fuck off.
Yep. Speaking of old wizards telling you to fuck off. Hello, I am Viskuga, and I am the dungeon master and creator of this universe, and playing anything else in this, including the old wizard telling them to fuck off. And my favorite moment, I would say, was I would say Rickon Rickon's talk with his sister. And the hug at the end. I think it was a bit wholesome. And I also enjoyed the moment where both Gas and Marber, or Gas and Oopski fell asleep. For a moment.
I was in character. What are you on about?
Yeah, true. But yeah, with that, we're gonna end tonight's session, and we're gonna raid it out. Woo! And let's see, who do we have? Rhino Cuddy with Golf with Your Friends. We have the Nambat with Dead by Daylight. We have Lisa Paranorma with Multiverses.
That first one sounded like a real hole-in-one.
Sure. Just because he said it. We're gonna raid Rhino Cuddy. Give him some love and support as he is enjoying some team building exercises with Golf with Friends. Bonding or enemy creating, whatever you prefer.
It's a real shot in the rough, that is.
Okay, my brain is in the gutter. I'm not going to continue that train of thought.
Yeah. It's basically the fair way straight to the hole.
Yeah, I'm not going to continue that train of thought because that would be weird before I actually discuss it with someone.
Yeah, we're basically touching the fringe at the moment.
No, I was going to say that a certain very flirtatious wizard is being dragged/carried up the stairs by a person he would find attractive if he was conscious.
Yeah. Speaking of attraction, hope you have a wonderful evening as you're attracted to the bed, and give Rhino Cuddy some love and support. Until next time, stay safe, good night, and bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.